When they broke the light barrier, humanity rejoiced. Well, most of them rejoiced. They marveled at the scientific and engineering achievements that allowed the small three-person vessel to bend the fabric of space-time and reduce light years to mere light days. The prospect of exploring the galaxy filled the hearts and minds of young and old alike, who yearned to see the sunrise of new stars over strange horizons, the mysteries that scattered the frozen void between worlds, the insides of nebulae only ever seen through the lens of a telescope. There were some voices of dissent. Not everyone was pleased with how much money had been spent in developing the technology when there were so many people still homeless, starving, and living in poverty on Earth. Some were critical that it was the private sector leading space exploration, arguing that such momentous undertakings should be the province of governments, or ideally a coalition of governments representing all of humanity. And of course, there were those who loudly proclaimed the whole endeavor a sham, faked in high definition, part of a global conspiracy to undermine individual freedoms, even in the face of overwhelming evidence. When they founded the first extrasolar colony, humanity was overjoyed. I mean, for the most part, they were overjoyed. A new world, untouched by the ecological and industrial disasters that had followed the Industrial Revolution, was a safe haven for the future of humans, a guarantee that people would survive if the remedial efforts to revitalize Earth's biosphere eventually failed. It was an ideal of limitless potential, a place for humans to create a new society free from the imaginary geopolitical tensions of a planet light years away. A history yet to be written that would only see humans at their best, at the height of their technological superiority, where the countless mistakes of the past would never leave scars. Naysayers pointed out that it would take centuries to populate the new world. Even the largest vessels could only ferry a few thousand people at a time. Who would be chosen to emigrate? How would the selection process be set up? Who would oversee the process to ensure it was fair? Who would be in charge once they reached the colony? And why did it seem that all of the criteria had the same tendency to exclude minorities at the same rate as so many of the historic prejudices from previous centuries? But few listened, possibly because they were so often drowned out by the protests of religious groups shouting that God had given them dominion over the earth, not some world around a star few could point out in the night sky. When they encountered their first extraterrestrial intelligence, humanity was elated.